Look at this neglect of a neighborhood. Just come over here and just dump whatever they want to dump over here. Garbage. It's ridiculous. There was a discussion the other day about some man having sex with boys. I don't know if it was in that trailer, but the conversation took place somewhere around this trailer. That's right, Kamala Harris Imhoff. Pedophiles don't have to register as sex offenders, according to the legislation that you put in place. So it's okay for folks to have sex with babies, children, and they don't have to register as sex offenders. Show me where that's for the people. This garbage has been sitting out here for a minute too. Oh, that's right, Mr. Biden. You're supposed to agree with that because it gets more money. We want clean money. We want safe money. We want money and prosperity and blessings based upon good, not evil, not hurting babies, women, our children, and our men who stand with us for truth, holiness. It feels good to live a decent life, to be decent towards people. A mother has to confront a man because he's having sex with her son or her grandson. These store owners need to be held accountable. Property owners who desire to have money to fix up their property are denied it. We're going out of businesses, big and small, because of your dereliction of duty and your lack of responsibility and your lack of concern and care for the people here in Ohio. You stick something up and think it's supposed to be just acceptable. Well, it's not. And we're not tolerating it. We're not accepting it. We're not allowing it. I'm here today to let you know that we're forming a more perfect government and we're abolishing the very thought of your abuse and neglect of the people here in Ohio and in the United States of America. No reason to keep having to call about the same thing over and over again and nothing gets done about it. God's truth is still marching on. I'm putting a demand on leadership. Got Muslims and Christians and Jewish people fighting each other. Don't want to acknowledge the preacher and in the government buildings. How can you hear except without us? How? Except we be sent to speak truth to you. for a more perfect union. It caused destruction of the people. Let me not leave out the Tao, the Sikh, the Janus, the Buddhist, the other religions. Our daughters being sold into slave sex trades, told they had to, what they call, marry old men who tear their vaginas five and 8 years old, marrying an 80-year-old man. And Jane Platten, what you doing over there at Metro Health? I pray today a wind blow on your hands. You, Jane Campbell, and Barbara Lang Henry. You thought that was funny when someone repeated, Barbara Lang Henry, that you said that Tamir Rice deserved to die. Do your children and the people you protect deserve to die? Absolutely not. That wasn't funny when you tried to have a secret meeting with Steve Luparo. Against me in City Hall. You didn't want me there. Jane Platten, what you doing with government money? The judgment of God is against you. What you're doing in these communities that are non-white, the judgment of God is against you. Like I told you all in the RTA board meeting, there will never be an all-white America or an all-black America. The group of black people who have formed in the organization that's against black people, the judgment of God is against you. The peace of God is against you. The little girls having their vagina sewn together. They say that keeps them pure and holy. The devil is a liar. Say to you, this right here, that's in a school zone, a medical district, a library district. The judgment is against you. The hand of God is upon you. So you wondering why you're troubled? Why you can't get any rest at night? Because the judgment is against you. Stop compromising the lives of the people in the name of law and religion. Surah 1658 in the Quran states that Allah, God, weeps when a female child is born. Those of you who withdrew money for our public transportation, the judgment of God is against you. See, RTA did what they could do.
Ease by you. Good morning.
Good morning. when they put that up there, because they used the money they had to do it, to try to appease some of the people. But you walk on it, huh, when it gives in, there's no excuse. All the train drivers that pass me by and have been told to hurt me, the judgment of God is against you. This is not an amusement park. This is a community where people live. You know the green train from the blue because the bells work. And there's fewer people of color on the green train, not unless they're stopping at Shaker Square. With a stop here. Because we're here. And we're demanding more and better. The governor on his vacation with his family, knowing this is going on, picking the right kids that he wants to address to come in office, told me he wasn't going to deal with my situation. His office told me. Because they don't know how the people respond if it came out during his election. So I'm just supposed to be raped and beat up, and my children and my grandchildren abused and neglected and endangered. RTA. We deserve more. We deserve better. We haven't had money in our booths for what, 3, 4, 5 years now. Tickling the fancies of the people in that White House that sits in the middle of projects, low-income housing, where you have people at the gate with guns that if they try to speak to you, you'll murder them. It's time for Washington, D.C. to no longer be the capital of the United States of America. Because the judgment of God is against you. I speak not one who has no hope, because the peace of God is with me. I do seek peace and I pursue it. I'm true to it. Keep your hands and your mouths to yourself and off of me. I'm Apostolette, also known as Reverend Pamela M. Pink D. Butts, candidate for the United States House of Representatives for the 11th District of Ohio, and this has taken place under all of those other people who are seeking the same position I am in leadership. Our city, our county, our state, our nation is neglected because of you. Can't imagine having one of you all do any more of this. And every time Mayor Jackson goes to do something on our behalf, you all help him get sued by the police union. But today the judgment of God is against you. Leave Mayor Frank G. Jackson alone. He's a man of God, and he's our leader here in Cleveland, Ohio. Stop bothering him. I'm the former chairperson for the religious affairs of the Honorable Mayor Frank G. Jackson for the city of Cleveland for his 4th term historic election, where folk have a problem with that. But there is a solution to that problem. Leave him alone and stop bothering him. God's truth is still marching on. And there's a few other true leaders. Y'all bothering former Councilman T.J. Dow, leave him alone. Bothering Councilwoman Stephania Childs Cabinet, leave her alone. You remember the judgment of God is against you. You better get on God's side. Do what you're supposed to do. I'm Apostolette, the pastor of No Fear But God Fellowship Assembly Church Ministries, International, Universal, however you decide to call it, and Life Everlasting Missionary Baptist Church. And I stand here today to tell you that it's time for more and better.